All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Bowstring Tension Cup number 6. There is Codexhel.
Hello, is that better?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I've just started the stream because we're a little bit late.
Sure, no problem.
All right, welcome to the Bowstring Cup Tension. Let's try that again. Welcome to the Bowstring Tension Cup number 7. If you notice, we have a cool new look.
Yeah.
I was on the Discord with Sithis for a good little bit of time. Thanks to him for having the patience to put up with me to doing all this. If you can hear background noise, I apologize, but things happened as we were doing the show. But there's a slideshow. Are you watching? Are you seeing this, Codexhel?
Not yet. I'm still having some technical difficulties on my end, man.
Yeah, I tried to call. I was like going through different issues, but it's a slideshow that Sithis was able to do for us. It looks really amazing, and thank you to him and the guys at Coil Gaming and Turtle for setting this up for us.
Great.
And then we're gonna wait and see when we get some traction when you can sign in to see how your voice is, because it's kind of low, but not as bad as it was at first. So I'll make sure your voice is good.
I mean, the obvious solution is to restart my router, but that could take a few minutes. So yeah. I mean, we have two options. We can either power on through and just try to do it, or we can delay it by a few minutes. What do you reckon?
I'm gonna try to. I don't think it may not be bad. It may just have. I think I've lowered it so they don't get feedback. So I'm kind of hoping that's what it is.
Okay. All right, I'm through now onto Core Gaming. Yeah, I can see stuff now. Ooh, very fancy.
Right? Looks pretty cool, right?
Siri looks worryingly hot. That's not right. Everyone else can be hot because they're sorceresses, but Siri is meant to be your daughter.
Yeah, right. That's why when there was all this stuff on, they were doing these pictures. I'm like, no, Siri, that's not. We don't think of her that way. No.
Ugh, disgusting.
Right.
Ugh, just wrong. Ugh.
How's your voice? Can you hear your voice? Are you coming through good?
Yeah, I think I can hear myself. I mean, worst comes to worst, they've got speakers, right? Most of our audience has speakers. Yeah. No, I think it's fine. I mean, you can turn me back up if you want, but it should be fine.
All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. Shifu in the cards. Gwent After Dark, we're hosting the Bowstring Tension Cup every week, every Monday. Well, it's every Monday on Battlefy, but we host the show on Tuesdays going forward, thanks to, like I said, Sithis and Turtle and Coil Gaming. And you'll see a new interface. You're going to see this. Eventually, we're going to get Codexhel on camera, and I sent you a little thing. Do you have an idea of what background you'd want for your camera?
I think it's going to be Scoia'tael, just because like neutral just looks too neutral, man. I'm definitely not neutral.
Scoia'tael, all right. Well, that makes me sad. I thought Nilfgaard.
Nilfgaard? Oh, no. I mean, I like Nilfgaard, but like Scoia'tael's the faction I played the most.
Got you. Okay, so if you had to make a guess on Cup number 7, what do you think we're going to see today?
Monsters, Scoia'tael, and perhaps the Skellige. That's kind of my gut.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's best 2 of 3. I'm gonna go Scoia'tael, of course. I'm gonna go Henselt. And I'm gonna say a Nilfgaard makes an appearance. I'm gonna say it.
Whew. Okay. Maybe you got some inside info I don't, but
I really don't. I saw the first match. I know what the first game is, but I never look ahead. Try to cast it live as possible. So yeah, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go to the new and improved game feed, which has, if you notice, has a frame around it. It's cut out and fit. There's a background. It's pretty good. And
whoa. That looks pro, man.
Right? It's like we're stepping up, man. If you look at, there's an evolution happening. And then, of course, you hopefully will be on at some point where we can put you where that other frame is with, unfortunately, Scoia'tael. So are you ready to play on your end at the same time so we get
yes.
Okay. So we're going to hit play. There may be some missteps as we work on screen sharing this, so bear with us. We're going to try to do this as flawlessly as possible. Sithis has set us up for success, so that's hard to say, by the way. So we should be pretty good. And on the count of 3, we'll go ahead and hit the video at the same time, and light this candle if you don't mind. All right, with 3, 2, 1. All right, so here we go. We are starting. We have the challengers, the champions this week. We have Cyber Devil 009 versus Datapunked. 2 level 15 players. Looks like Soitel.
Oh, and right there you can see the Yennefer Conjurer. So this guy is expected to be playing against a lot of Soitel. I wonder. I mean, it would not surprise me if either of these players have Moran in their sideboard. But okay, so
I don't know their sideboard in this one.
Yeah, we'll find out. Okay, very very standard Soitel, but with Yenkon instead of Milva, and out comes the Milva from his opponent.
So what is it? Why does Yenkon counter Soitel?
Because all their units are basically the same size, so there's, unlike say consume monsters, you will have like one giant unit that will keep taking the zap, whereas we're probably gonna see it. Like we're gonna see it in this round because Soitel versus Soitel, both sides want to go deep.
We have a Demetrium Shackles coming out and locking Isengrim.
Yeah, that's pretty much setting up. I think Datapunkt is probably in all likeliness going to take this round, but he's going to end up going behind in cards to do so. And the question is, how many cards does he go down?
Is that a good gamble?
I mean, it pretty much is. Like, winning round 1 is an advantage, so you kind of have to... Oh, there's a Scorch. Yeah, but it's just in the situation where if you're winning on even cards, you probably won the game because you've got an advantage without a counterbalance, right? So winning the round a card down is generally an okay trade in the mirror.
I think you're 1 second ahead of me because you called the Scorch 1 second before I saw it. Okay,
yeah.
So we have a Vryhead Dragoon called. Oh, there's the Codexhel brand play. Pumping up brand for later use. Cyprian Wiley hits the board to negate the Roach. The Roach is no longer an issue.
Yeah, and he even pulls it out with by using the Brewer because he just wants that gone.
How are you feeling right now if you're Datapunked? You don't see a lot of Saskia value. Are you concerned or are you just kind of playing it out right now?
I think he's just happy to play it out right now. I mean, that Alza's Thunder play made a lot of sense because he has Yenkon on the board, so he's just trying to clean up the board so that everything else is really low strength. And here comes his own spells, and he doesn't really have. Yeah, that's a good Elven Merc chain. Now he's happy.
So you're gonna you don't worry because eventually, especially since both Soitel, there's gonna be Saskia value.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if there isn't Saskia value, I mean, either you win the round and you don't really need Saskia, or you don't win the round and you that by itself and you need Saskia. They're just going deep for it. So do you think he's playing a Elias on the other side? Elias? Potentially. I mean, it's a little bit risky to be taking it into a deep tournament, but I mean, there are worse picks. And now that weather is not prevalent at all, when weather was around, Elias was pretty bad of a win condition. But now we've moved back towards a slightly greedier, slightly less slightly more card orientated final play meta. So you've been seeing stuff more like Grave Hag and Elias back in the game. But it's still very risky. King of Beggars gonna pull out Elven Merc, yeah.
So we're really watching, to your point, we're watching how strong Yenkon is against Soitel, just constantly picking them down.
Well, it's just a big problem because the Soitel player has no real good way to develop his board against this Yenkon. Okay, the Dragoon kind of delays a bit, but I mean, this might even be the game kind of situation. Okay, at least there's Ailerin, but it's the kind of game state with Yenkon. Generally, I like to expend one of the Dragoon buffs to get one unit big, and then use that as a blocker.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so not necessarily save it for the end. Put it as it's very good. So a little bit of a canopy for Yenkon.
Yeah, exactly.
Because right now she's doing work. She's gonna hit for 5 next turn at least.
Yeah, that's painful. So The question is, what's the trap? I think it's. I mean, he pulled it with Rally, right? So it'll only be two things.
Saskia.
There goes the Saskia.
Massive value.
Let's see if we've got a counter Saskia.
Yeah, I would imagine. You think that's a Torville on the melee row, on the range row? Ow. Ow. But there's Yenkon again pelting for 5. That's pretty brutal. 6, actually.
A huge problem that that Datapunk is facing, though, is that the Scorch is the most dead card in the game right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing, and he can't pass right now either.
So Cyprian?
I think he has to use Cyprian if he wants to keep playing.
Yeah.
And Bran makes almost no sense right now. Like, so he's really thinking about it. Like, pass feels awkward. Brian feels super awkward. Yeah, Cyprian commit that stuff. He really wanted to. He really wanted to save for Roach. That's the thing. He was really hoping that like a Roach would get played. Okay, Brian. So he's back in the same position, really.
Sorry, we had a cameo by my fiance. All right. Anyway, yeah. So what do you do? Do you go ahead and use Bran here, or you just pass and think that you're gonna get value?
You commit here. You commit here. You're too all in right now, and you probably just smack the Bran. But I mean, I can see giving it up. But like, if you give this up, like I think you're in an awful position. Your hand quality is not gonna get really great. What's he gonna pull? Like if he pulls like Yavin next round and he's lost this round, it's pretty much game over. So he has to like.
What's your win condition though? What do you hope? I mean, a Yavin is what you're hoping to pull if you're Datapunk at this point.
Your win condition right now is just passing and hoping for the best. Sadly.
Right now, that Yavin value is marking in at 11. So if he passes, that should be a 6. 10, oh
yeah,
man. Yeah.
Yeah. This is kind of why, like, I'm pretty sure both these players have more red in their sideboard because, like, obviously, yeah, exactly.
That was well played by Cyber Devil and Datapunk. You played out the best way you can. You did get some good tools if you're Datapunked.
No, that's a horrible draw. Absolutely horrible draw.
Roach.
Like nothing to buff with his Dragoon. So he has to buff the other Dragoon. Now his Scorch is dead. Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, well, fair point. So you have tools, but none of them good tools.
This game is lost.
Yeah, the Scorch is dead. The Dryhead Dragoon, he'll be up by 5, but the Scorch is dead, so we just need a 6-point play from Cyber Devil to win, and there it is.
Like even if Cyber Devil couldn't actually just power him outright this round, like this game was horribly lost anyway going to round 3.
Very good game. So Cyber Devil takes a 1-0 lead in the best of 3, and there are no sideboards. That was the Passiflora that has sideboards, but we will go into a different deck, and we will see what happens.
So what? Let's just use the downtime to like discuss. What do you reckon he's gonna pick now? He's lost.
Are you ready to hit pause? You want to pause?
Yeah, he's won. No, let's not pause. His opponent is the one that's picking, so we can just like watch him. Just like, what do you reckon they're gonna pick?
I want to say Northern Realms. I'm going to say Henselt.
Northern Realms Henselt. Henselt would be amazing, actually, if he actually goes up against it, because Henselt actually has a pretty good shout against this kind of like standard Scoia'tael control.
Right.
But I'm suspecting monsters personally, but.
So do any Scoia'tael top left Scoia'taels run Aeromancy anymore, or is that just pretty much out of the top level?
What, Scoia'tael running Aeromancy top level? What? No, not really.
Okay, so it is Henselt. We are going to see Henselt for the win.
I'd say that the Henselt player is arguably favored in this matchup, not by much. Like I'd say this sort of new style Scoia'tael is slightly more resilient to Henselt overall, but like he's not running Manticore Venom. There's no sideboards. He's running Yennefer Conjurer, which can be very, very meh in this matchup because you know gold.
a subtle thing there. I really like how he kicked Roach last. I like that because if you kick Roach first, there's a chance on your next 2 mulligans you get him back.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, what? No. You really, dude? You can blacklist cards. You don't see cards back.
Oh, they go back. Okay, well, fair enough. But so Iskarin comes down, Roach comes out. There's a reinforced siege tower on the other side. It's oh gosh, Hensel is setting up his play. There goes. He kept 2 thunders to deal with the towers. Very nice play.
I mean that's a good trade. That's always a good trade. You're trading a Alza's Thunder for a medic. I'll call that. Oh, and he's gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, he set it up. I mean, when you see Hensel, you know he's gonna build. So you have 2 ways to stop the build. It's always a good thing to keep.
Okay, so is he gonna medic or is he gonna pull a tower? He's gonna medic. Okay. This is really committal from the Hensel. He really wants to win this round in a matchup that I think he theoretically wins round 1. So this is really strange play to commit all your medics, which are really late game options.
I see. So the Soytail player, you're feeling pretty good?
Yeah, I'm feeling really comfortable right now. Like right now, I'm just thinking about how to like thin my deck and use Brewer most effectively so that I get the maximally good hand at the end of the game. Because like, it's almost impossible to outpower. Nice. That's actually. I think he's perfectly happy to pull the brand. Like, it doesn't really have good targets to hit in this matchup. So removing a tower is really nice.
Okay, so yeah, I got you. Yeah, so yep. So 4 points takes out that tower. The Hensel player is looking it's pretty bleak right now, especially when I see a lot of spells coming for Isengrim. Oh, wow.
Where are you Henselting, bro? Okay, so actually he's with so many thunders, he's actually put himself into a position where he might be able to all his medics are committed. Okay, so the question is, how much is this Hensel actually going to be worth in the end? Because like suddenly you're in a position where like your back row is very small. He's going to scorch away all the fours.
Oh my
and I think that's
goodness. What a play from Datapunk. That was awesome. That was an awesome scorch.
That was great. That was I mean, I knew he was stacking up 4s, but I did not expect him to stack up another 4. I mean, he knows his opponent is running Scorch, and he knows that his opponent has Brewer available, which means that you've always got Scorch available. So, I mean, that's pretty game throwy, actually.
I think he was. I think. Well, we don't know what's in his hand to be in complete fairness, but he was really going in, and that Soytail player Datapunk just dropped a hammer on him.
Well, regardless of what we don't know what's in his hand, but if that was his only like proactive play, he should have passed. Like, there's no point going any deeper if that's your only proactive play, you know?
Fair, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, the Scoia'tael player is in a fantastic position right now because he's still got Yavin to go.
He's already got a huge hand. He's got a huge hand lead. It's looking pretty bad.
He really does. I mean, the only redeeming feature for Cyberpunk, was it?
Cyber Devil?
No, Cyber Devil. Yeah, is that the only redeeming feature is that. Wait, I take the back. No, there's a resilient 9 strength coming down for next round as well. Oh great, even more power into that Mahakam defender.
This is pretty gross. This is
horrendous.
Yeah, Cyber Devil's running headlong into a train. We see it. I think he knows it. He has nothing on the board for get any Hensel value at the time. He tried to build it in round 1, but it was constantly thwarted by Datapunk. So he is looking at inevitability.
Yeah, his Hensel's completely dead. Oh, great! Now he has to commit Yennefer and Chiron exit. Great. And the sad thing is that because there's such a big buffed unit in hand, like if Datapunk actually plays his Yavin, he might be able to just not force the Hensel not to pass, and you force the Hensel to use his Hensel on the 14, thinking. I mean, actually, there's no Glace. At least he knows there's no Glace Scorch, so.
I don't see a way out of this. He can't pass here. He knows 10 points is not going to be enough.
He's thinking about playing a blank Henselt. He's playing a blank Henselt for 0 points.
That's actually not a bad play, right? That's
It's
continuing.
not. But when was the last time you saw in the game Henselt being played for 0 points?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that for like literal months.
Smart play, playing that card right now, knowing it's under 20, very key. So Gigny is not a factor. Well use of math there, so he doesn't put it in danger.
Oh God, that's so painful. He has to commit Shani here.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
I think Data Punked. Oh God, and the thing is, if he had managed to keep Shani for next round, this could have been part of his res chain. Okay, so here comes the spy. Cyber Devil, like, really trying to hang on to like some semblance of cards for next round, but here comes the Yavin, and Data Punked is perfectly happy. He's like, oh great, so you just gave me a spy? Well, that means you won't be able to pass if I play my spy. But there might be a Gigny, there might be a redeeming Gigny here, so it's not out of the question.
Was there ever a way you don't play Yavin there, or you just play it because you want to get the card advantage?
Well, you play Yavin regardless, because Yavin is never a card you want to be carrying into round 3, like ever. So this is really trying to get his last card out, and he will get his last card out.
He has 10 points right now, and that's game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's technically 9 points. Well, actually, no, he kills the Trebuchet. Yeah, so it's 10 points. So wins by 2 points. 2 points.
That had some stank on it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That it looked like Data Punk was really mad about losing that first one, and he just smashed that Henselt.
I don't know. I think that Data Punk had a really good hand, but he also had a very clear game plan what he was going to do. And Cyber Devil, I don't know whether he was overconfident or whatever, but he just, like, one of the things that I would really, everyone does it, but you really need to avoid doing is just going in headlong into games, especially at the finals, just playing automatically on autopilot, because that playing another 4 was just autopilot, you know?
No, I agree. He was definitely committed to it. Y'all using all 3 medics in round 1 is, I mean, you better win. I mean, that's all I can say. You better win and have some kind of out strategy for round 2 or 3.
But the thing is, even if you are fine, like with using all your medics, like the problem is that you end up not having enough points in round 3 to take it away from a buff square as hell. You know?
Yeah.
So medics form a big part of your win condition, because you can do all kinds of crazy, like, you know, Shani, King of Beggars, Priscilla, Neneke, or something, and then like pull out some kind of crazy thing where you'll then medic into like a Reaver Scout into a medic into a Reaver Scout into a medic, you know? Like that's how you completely just bowl crazy amounts of points. But anyway, I believe the next game is starting.
Yes, it looks like he was teasing me. I don't know if he knows I was watching, but he was mousing over that Skellige quite a bit, and I was getting excited. But it looks like he went with monsters, I think.
Yeah, I know Skellige against Henselt. I don't know about that.
Yeah, true, right? But you have a chance of getting Demetrium bombs through Skellige with their draws.
Yeah, it's a chance thing. Like, I think monsters is a much more solid thing. So he needs to drop his Arrakis definitely first. You don't want to draw another one, probably a second one, and now he has to drop a Crone.
So this is the Behemoth build.
Yeah, but this is a Behemoth. Might be slightly. Let's have a look at the list. So it's your standard Greed Behemoth build. Oh, this is. Why did he? What? Okay, so here's the thing. You generally want to throw your smaller Crone because, you know, you can hold on to your bigger Crone if you can. But it's a small thing. You want to hold on to the 8 rather than the 6, and it can make a difference sometimes.
I'm pretty sure he's holding that Ekamara for the transition.
Also, I'm a big believer of. I completely agree with Mojo that you want to, like, generally throw your Neckers. Like, holding one is okay. But like, I don't know. He's running one Necker Warrior, so I guess he wants to hold one Necker. But this becomes a bad hand because he's holding 2 Neckers.
Do you think he was holding 2 because of Cyprian Wiley?
No. He was forced to. He pulled a Necker, and then he was forced to mulligan away the Crone on round 3, so he got 2 Neckers. So I would have done like Arrakis, Necker, and then Crone. Like tried to throw in extra Arrakis or the Crone afterwards. I feel like 2 Neckers is quite subpar.
So Cyber Devil is building his back row. He's putting together his pieces. Datapunk is putting together his pieces. So far, they have not really interacted with each other. They're just kind of doing their own thing.
So this is a shame because, like, if he throws out Alvalok, that's at least a -12 play, but probably a -15 play as opposed to the usual -8. Because Roach will probably jump out. Wait, does he run Roach?
It should. No.
I can't remember. I mean, he was playing the deck before Cyber Devil was playing the same deck.
I don't think he runs Roach because I'm looking at Giant Toad and Spear Tip.
No. I'm talking about the Henselt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because you're throwing Alvalok across, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, all right. So he develops the Necker because, you want to develop it fairly early so that he can't... he's incentivized to play Promote now, so the Necker doesn't have to keep... Oh, he is playing Roach. Okay.
There's that beautiful Henselt. Look at that. That's just pretty.
Okay. Just more Arrakis.
So when you see your opponent commit 2 Arrakis Behemoths, you pretty much know that he's committed to this round.
Well, no, not necessarily. You want, like, the point about the Arrakis is to buff the Grave Hag, so you're not committed to the round at all by it. You're just trying to be efficient so that you can maximize Grave Hag value later.
So you're just using it as a Grave Hag feeder at this point to win round 3 or 2.
Well, you want to win one of round 1 or 2, but you'll want to win the final round with a big Grave Hag. Like, look at it this way: like, the Arrakis Behemoth loses value the fewer cards that are involved because, like, it's a combo piece fundamentally. And I mean, as Datapunk, you probably just pass here, right? Like,
yeah, I think you do. I don't think maybe you throw Ekamara transition out.
You can go 2 cards down to get a big Ekamara. That's not terrible. And then throw a big Ekamara out. You've got Siri for next round, so you can guarantee winning this round. And he knows there's no Gigni, so he's completely happy for him to just have this honestly, like, completely disgusting 25 Ekamara.
I mean, it is. I mean, he's played it perfectly. He's got this. He's got, like you mentioned, he's building Grave Hag value. He's got a 25-point transition. He's got Siri. He's got the tools. He's got an Avalok. So round 2 looks like a very nice building round for him.
So yeah, I think Cyber Devil is arguably lost already. Because all you do now is just, like, almost ignore the rest of the cards in your hand. Just play Siri, just play Avalok, and then magically the 25 will come back for round 3.
I know.
Surprise. And then it's pretty game over, because then you have card advantage. And okay, so that's okay, maybe not. Maybe you do try to eat a bunch of your things with Karen to secure the 25 again, but yeah, he can do that. He can definitely.
Oh wow! He even gets another Behemoth. He is just strong right now.
Oh yeah, this game is looking awful for Cyber Devil. Like, Datapunk just wisely just plays out yet another card advantage tool.
Yeah, he's in no rush. He's in complete control right now. He is not in any way. There goes the patented Northern Realms King of Beggars into Priscilla combo. I guess he's looking for a field medic. Or what do you think he's looking for here?
Nenike. Well, I mean, same sort of thing.
Nenike, of course, yeah. That'd
be
even better.
The question is, do you pass or do you keep playing? If you play, then you're basically saying, I will play many, many more cards, and so that I can actually, you just pass. There you go, easy pass.
Yeah, especially because he's ahead. Yeah, he's got to commit another card to it.
Yeah, so he's going to go up into the final round 1.5 cards up, which is pretty decent.
And 25.
No, Manticore Venom. Okay, so 24 plus no Necker. So just 20. He's just taking 20 into the next round, which is, less terrifying than it could have been.
Oh, yeah, just 20. Yeah, 20's less. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
You're at 20 points down. You're down in card advantage, and it's just, you're feeling bad. That Ekamara talk about value. 25 points going from round 1 to round 2. 20 points going from round 2 to round 3. That's ridiculous.
Okay, what I want to point out is that Cyber Devil is fairly happy. He got a siege tower. That's great. That's actually points, and he's got Henselt still, and he's got 7 cards, including his leader power left. So his theoretical power could peak at around 100 right now. That said, Datapunk actually has complete freedom. I mean, he can play Rain, which isn't the worst shout in this matchup. It's okay, but he's got to time that well. But he can use First Light to get out a combo piece. He basically should First Light probably and get out his combo pieces and just start working on, just building more stuff.
What do you eat as a giant toad? What's a giant toad? Are you looking at the Necker Warrior as a feast for the toad?
I think that I might even just play the giant toad as a naked 5. It's not necessary. I mean, you could eat the Necker Warrior. It's what, plus 3 consumes, plus 3, so that's 6 points. So 6 points from that.
And you could get Spear Tip. There's only 3 cards left, so you have a 33% chance to get Spear Tip, and then 2 of the 3 cards you could get are Spear Tip and Caretaker. That's 66%. You get a monster draw.
Yeah, the downside is that I'm tempted right now to use Rain, and Rain is incompatible with really just using giant toad for points. Like, I'd be really tempted to Rain right now, like super tempted.
Before he hits the Henselt combo?
Yeah, exactly, and it's not like the Henselt actually is going to run any kind of efficient removal to deal with that behemoth. I mean, okay, he might. Okay, so he's going to eat. He's definitely going to eat the warrior.
You got to.
Yep. Well, he's not going to eat the Necker. He's definitely not going to eat the Grave Hag.
Right. I mean, process of eliminate and Caretaker. I mean, Caretaker's a great pick. I mean, 66% chance you're going to get something amazing. So.
Okay, so at this point you have the Caretaker. You're basically really happy. Oh, okay. So
Rain.
Not necessarily.
Really? You don't Rain right now with 3 siege towers up?
Rain gives what? 3, 9 plus 5, 14 points. Yeah. It doesn't actually really stop that much points. Like
that's true,
14
but it's
points, and then you rain yourself down for 12 points, so it's a 2-point play. And then he can just gold it anyway and gain all the points. See what I mean? Like, because you've committed into the rain, raining only gives you 2 points.
But that Clear Skies just gave him 6 points.
6 points is more than 2 points. Last time I checked.
Wait, you said it's worth 2. How's it worth 2 points if you get 14 for the rain?
Because you took 12 off yourself.
Oh, got you. Fair enough.
Yeah?
Fair enough.
That's what I was saying about the giant toad. Once you use the giant toad, you're committed not to raining, and you're committed to first lighting.
Now, why wouldn't he use the Ran on the left to get more Ekamaras on the board? I mean, not Ekamaras, Neckers on the board. Oh my God, Arrakis on the board.
Because they'll just eventually eat themselves, and you won't get any more.
Well, there you go. Answers that question. All right, so.
Like 2 Vrans, no matter how far apart they are, they'll eventually eat each other given enough time. You know?
I got you. Good play. Datapunk, well played, sir. Cyber Devil's hanging in there, though. He's hanging in there with the tools he has.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be either King of Beggars or Priscilla, depending on which one is better for his deck.
Gotta say Priscilla.
He's out of units. Or he's trying to pull a very specific unit.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's Field Medic.
Oh, wow. Why?
Wow.
Which one of his goals is he digging for?
He's digging for something. He must be digging for Gigny.
Maybe it could be Yennefer he's digging for as well.
But he doesn't have a significant, a little bit.
The Yennefer as well, you have to remember there are 3 siege towers on the board. So the Yennefer, just from the golds by itself, is 6 points.
Yeah.
So it's not insignificant. Okay, that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
He's going to put the tip in.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, because, like, using it on the... he wants another consume target. Right, okay.
I mean, look, Datapunk is playing this very, very well. He's really putting some pieces on the board. Cyber Devil's really digging. This is a really good... Bork.
But there's Karen.
Ooh.
You just eat all your stuff.
Yeah.
You go nom, and you go nom.
It's still going to do some damage.
So, but the thing is, he gets nom away. So he's thinking, okay, I'm going to wait one more turn because the Vran is going to consume that. It's going to get 19, which means I can secure at least 49 plus 12, and then there's an extra Necker, but the Necker probably the Necker will die and protect stuff. So, Grave Hag. Oh, he wants to nom the Grave Hag too. Why? This feels confusing to me. The reason I find this confusing is that, I mean, let me get this straight. Like, I'm pretty sure that he would get more points by playing it last. Oh, I guess there's always the risk that the reinforced trebuchet kills it, and that's higher percentage later. Okay, now he loses the Grave Hat because he let the Chironex come. This is a blunder.
That was but a great read by Cyber Devil to hit that card, pump it up, and just crush that Grave Hag.
I don't know, man. I think this counts as a straight up blunder because he had. We'll see when the board goes off, but I'm almost 100% sure that it goes off after. Yeah, like the Grave Hat would go off after the board goes off, which is just awful. Yeah, this game's over.
An Aeromancy. Oh, that.
I don't know why. I think Datapunk just like literally crumbled under the pressure because he didn't Karen before the Siri either. And this is just crumbling under the pressure. He lost all of his secured value. He just threw all of his points away, and Hensel just wins here. This was just, unfortunately, incredibly thrown. Like, so you see, like, Grave Hat would have been played here. It would have been 1 point, and it would have gained all those points. And at this point, it would have been something like what, a 25-point Grave Hag that would have appeared after the Bork Scorches.
I bet that Grave Hag play was the key. I don't think he thought about a -2 for the Chironex, although he should have.
I was saying even earlier that I would be worried about Yennefer because Yennefer can kill it, but then you have card advantage, so it doesn't matter. And then you have +1.5, so it doesn't even matter about the Bork. And he played into both of those and just got completely punished by both those outcomes. Like, I think when the Grave Hag went wrong, I think he just tilted instantly and just went again on autopilot instead of playing the Karen. Like, Siri was obviously the best last play, and he elected for neither.
I went ahead and paused it on this final screen because that is the championship. Cyber Devil wins Bowstring Tension Cup number 7. They have some great prizes at Bowstring Tension Cup for joining it every Monday on Battlefy. They give you free computer games for winning. We need more people in this tournament to grow it and grow it and grow it. Citizen Turtle and the guys there and gals there work really, really hard to make this tournament really efficient, really well run. They do tournaments for Hearthstone. They do tournaments for Faria. I just want to throw that out there to them and get involved. This was one hell of a match we got to see.
I think you're going about it wrong, sir. I think we should first open up by like a round of applause for Cyber Devil because he really held his nerve there. Like, seriously, in other situations, I think like other people in the same situation would have just crumbled and just been like, oh crap, he just played Avalok and he just played Siri and he just like it has a 20-point keep. And a lot of good players would have I think that it's a bit of a travesty in competitive play. In card games and chess and stuff that people concede when they feel like a game is lost. Like, this is a great example of like how just sticking stuff out. Yeah, a bit of luck. Yeah, he got his like siege towers back. Yeah, he got a bit lucky. And his opponent played straight into his counters. But this is why you just never give up and you just stick out. And now he's a champion. Congratulations.
That's fantastic. That's great. That's exceptionally well said. Exactly right. Cyber Devil stuck it out, was down. Way down, and just kept his. This is what I'm gonna do. That's why I really love Henselt decks. This is what I'm gonna do. Very similar to Skellige decks in terms of this is a singular game plan. Build the back row, promote, use Aeromancy, use Bork, live through golds. This is more of an old school Henselt, right?
I mean, a little bit. Like, I mean, it has to be said that, like. It is a new style since post patch, but at the same time, like I wouldn't say that this is a groundbreaking meta revelation of a deck, right?
All right, okay, Codexhel, thank you. No, I just mean I don't see many of them running Aeromancy. When they first.
Oh,
became...
you mean Aeromancy? No, this is. So this is something I really want to be clear about. Is Aeromancy is the kind of card that makes a lot of sense to bring to a tournament with or without sideboards. But Aeromancy is not a card that makes a lot of sense to be running on ladder too much.
Explain.
Because tech cards will fundamentally always be better in tournaments because you have some kind of way of meta predicting, right? Ladder decks have to be as generalist as they possibly can against what you're going to be facing, whereas I can build a Henselt deck to counter specifically monsters and Scoia'tael and ignore the other 3 matchups. Yeah?
That makes sense. No. I just wanted you to explain. Now, a lot of times, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times what I'll do is I act as throwing softballs up to you so
Sounding
you can explain.
board,
yeah. So you can explain to everyone, kind of break it down for those of you, in all levels of gameplay. There are experts that watch this show, and then there are novices, so it's good to kind of throw you a question that you can really break down.
Sure. But secretly, you're just my Watson.
Fair enough.
It's very elementary, dear.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That works. So let's break it down. What do we see? We're at the post game show with the same slideshow that was given to me by Sithis. It's freaking amazing. And eventually we will have Codexhel on screen. It's not that I've just said, as I'm the Watson to his Sherlock. I'm not just saying get out of the limelight, buddy.
No, I'm secretly the black sheep of the family.
Right. So we saw Scoia'tael, we saw Monster Consume, and we saw Henselt Promote. If there is
we were all right.
We were right. We were amazing. But is there a definitive 4th place deck?
I mean, you mean in the meta, or do you mean just? I mean, obviously everything's meta, but my point is more at high level, mid level.
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, so I mean, I think I'm more of the mid to mid high right now where I'm at. I'm at about 4K, 4.2, something like that. So at my level, what I'm seeing a lot of is just metric bad word tons of Scoia'tael.
Yeah.
And then before that, I'm on a free-to-play account at the bottom levels. And believe it or not, what I see at the bottom levels, I'm it's a free-to-play. Huh?
Monster Weather, Nilfgaard, Skellige.
Nilfgaard, yeah. Nilfgaard, Skellige, Wound.
What about Monster Weather, though? Does that appear? Not your level? No?
Uh-uh.
Wow, have people actually stopped playing Monster Weather at all levels?
I think so. I really think, and you know what I think? You know what I think why?
Yeah?
I think Woodland Spirit, the change to Woodland Spirit really shut down a lot of Monster Weather players.
Okay, it shut down their will to play it, maybe, but it's a really good card, man. It's I don't know. Oh, it's just so much tempo. It's okay, think of it this way. If you're running Foglets, it's almost Crone's worth of tempo.
Oh, I agree. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I love it. Yeah. It's a 17-point card, for Christ's sake. I mean, you get 17 points when it hits the board.
Pretty silly.
But it's
silly
because it doesn't throw weather on the other side. It's not as overpowered as it was.
I think there's one thing. Yeah, it was slightly overpowered, but I think it was more oppressive because people were running a lot of ranged row strategies.
Right.
And then they were oh god, it's Dagon. Okay. Oh, I got rid of his Dagon. Okay, thank god. Oh wait, now there's Woodland Spirit. Great. Okay, no, I can get rid of it with Clear Skies. Great. Okay. Oh no, there's a Neuromancy. That's kind of how it felt. I don't think there are as many melee row-centric strats now that Dwarfs has gone into hibernation. So Karen Theory can kind of get away with it, but Woodland Spirit in conjunction with the fact that Foglets can get pulled, whereas you can't pull anything with just Frost, can you? Which would be pretty silly if you had Foglets for melee range.
Yeah. So basically Nilfgaard, I see a ton of Nilfgaard, and it used to be the standard Nilfgaard control, and now it's kind of morphed into this reveal Nilfgaard.
Reveal? What?
Yeah, with mangonels.
Okay, that. I find that surprising. weather is not fun currently. So Mythic Pilot. Weather is not fun. Currently is only being held back by Scoia'tael, not the nurse, because Scoil can't be controlled. Kinda? Like, I mean, like, that wouldn't explain why weather doesn't really appear in the mid-levels where Scoia'tael isn't as dominant, and it's really Nilfgaard. And Nilfgaard is far more susceptible to weather. Like, there has to be something a little bit more meta-oriented. Like, just stuff like, the downside of weather has always been their hand consistency is much more subpar than other deck archetypes, because fundamentally weather is dead, like, in shorthanded situations most of the time. And, you know, if you hold too many weathers, then that's annoying. If you hold too many foglets, and then you're likely running multiple musters, and your hand consistency is just basically awful compared to other decks. But it was always just like other people were running very, very interruptible strategies without enough first lights, and it was just easy to just predate upon people like that.
Okay, I don't know if you can see my screen. Here's what I'd like to do. I was kind of, I mean, that's great comments. I'm going to throw it back. If you go back to our file, 29 minutes and 37 seconds, if you could show that with me.
29:35, did you say?
37, 29:37.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so here's where the game changes, right? Bork hits the board. What do you do as a Datapunk player to save the game? What is the
you just K-run. It's you just K-run. You don't get greedy. You just K-run. You're like either K-run or you Siri. Like what would okay, so he knows that right now there's 1 gold left. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 silver left and a bronze, and so the rest are bronzes. So you might have a silver and a gold. So what's the golds? What do people like to run in this list? Well, we've seen Shani, we've seen Novel and Tretton Mirth, and we've seen Siri. So what are the other golds? So Bloody Baron is a thing. Triss Butterfly Spell might be a thing.
Right.
But those specifically are golds you play at the beginning of a round. Like, you don't play it at the end, right?
Right.
So you know that's out of the question. So you're thinking, okay, does he... Like, you have to play around the worst case scenario. Because, like, the worst case scenario is the only way you lose this game, because the worst case scenario is the only way that he gets enough points to beat your K-Rin. So at this point, he's thinking, okay, what if I'm facing... So what's the most points thing? Probably Yennefer. That's obvious now, but the alternative is to play Siri first, because Siri is non-committal. And say what, he plays the Yennefer. Okay, and if he plays Yennefer, he's lost maybe 6 points of value because... Oh, actually, no, not 6 points of value because that thing eats into itself. So 4 points of value? And 4 points of value is like, a shame, but it's not game losing. But if he loses the Grave Hag to Yennefer, then he's losing like 25 points of value. And that is awful. All right,
okay.
So, I mean, let's...
But you could technically now, if you play right now, if the monster player has priority right now, but he could technically hold that for the last card played, correct, and it would go off.
Yeah, the Grave Hag, yeah, that'd be uninterruptible. I mean,
right.
The only thing that would interrupt it at that point would be a reinforced trebuchet, and that's something he would have to live with in every single game state anyway, because like you can't kill the reinforced trebuchet. Last time I checked, so. It was just really, like, the last 3 cards, the sequencing was just completely wrong, and it really shows how quickly you can lose the game just because of poor sequencing.
That's what I was exactly going to... I honestly was about to think that. Look how, at this point of the game, you're in complete control, and just one simple misplay, the whole thing spirals and goes completely nuts. It's 95-94 at this point. He has two of his best cards in hand, and the end result is 111 to 67.
No, I can promise you that he's just kicking himself right now.
Yeah.
He's just been kicking himself. Like he's just been controlled for, like, to have like 30 points fewer than when you had Siri, Gravehag, and a K-Rin in hand, and still have 30 points fewer at the end of it. You know something's gone really horribly wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean, from that to that is just insane. I mean, I'm going flipping back and forth for the end screen into the 29:37 mark, and it's just.
So there was something to be said, about how I said earlier, like, maybe you should have reigned. There's something to be said about reigning would have forced him to use his Hensel slightly earlier, which might have made it a bit more awkward to, like, get a good Yennefer off. But, like, I mean, it's not like he had any problems getting a good Yennefer off, right?
Dude, it was rough. It was rough. I mean, I can tell you though, I have been stung quite a few times with my Monster Consume deck, but by stupid plays on my part. We're not saying that Data Punk made a stupid play, but I make stupid plays. I just do. Where I'd put a Grave Hag down, and then in comes Saskia, and I tell you what, that is probably one of the worst feelings that you could feel. Is to get Grave Hag Saskia'd.
But this is why, like, when you have card advantage with a Grave Hag deck, you are basically like, yes, victory! I've won this game! And then you commit it too early, and then you lose it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So this is it. This is the telecast. We have just Codexhel. Guess what?
What?
If you follow us on Gwent After Dark, by the way, that's our podcast. It's the longest running Gwent daily podcast and talk show in history of the world. Now, Codexhel and I are the longest consecutive, most prolific, I'm trying to gild the lily here, shoutcasting duo in Gwent history. We are now done our second. No other team has done more than one. Codexhel and I now have set a record, and tomorrow we will do another one.
Okay, life is complete. I'm gonna actually just like Sudoku now. Goodbye, guys. See you never again.
Yeah, we're done. I mean, what else can you do at this point?
But my life has actually reached the pinnacle, and it's only gonna go downhill from here.
It can only go down.
There's nothing. Like, yeah. I mean, screw all the kids I was planning to teach in the future, and all the teaching, and all the dreams. They're gone. It's just like it's done.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you need? We're groundbreaking, history making. Gwent casting.
I just thought of it. Actually, you know what we could do now?
What's that?
How about a game of Gwent?
Knew it was coming. And we will. I just want to say the one thing. I've got a special announcement on our big... If you do not know, and I know this is Coil Gaming's time, and I apologize, but Gwent After Dark is doing the post-game show. We may have some people from Coil on there as well, so I thought I could cross merchandise. We have a commitment to our show. Codexhel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another big star is joining our Gwent After Party. None other than Mule.
I'm gonna like pretend that I know who it is. Oh yeah, Mule. Yeah.
Okay, well if you don't know who he is, you're like one of the few people. But if you don't know who he is, Mule is the actual owner of the Gwent Discord server. He's like a big deal. He's one of the most interesting people to talk to. He knows a lot about lore. He is a huge deal. And he will be on the Gwent After Dark after party.
So, any questions about lore, guys? Write him.
Yeah.
Ask him. Like, I mean, I really, really want to know what the hell's going on with Vilgefortz.
Yes, we have. Yeah. So we'll have Mule, Zelos, so far confirmed. I have two other people that are trying to make it. That are also coming. Dr. Van Nostrum, the Sums, Codexhel, myself, possibly Saraxia. And who knows who else is going to stop by.
So many names dropped, so little time.
Right? I'm trying to feel important. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Well, this is Shifu of the Cards signing off. I'll give it to Codexhel next for his normal sign off. But I want to thank Sithis. I want to thank Artis. I want to thank... they're both the same people. I want to thank Sithis. I want to thank Turtle. Everybody at Coil Gaming. We'll be doing this again next Tuesday. Probably at the same time. So it works good for everybody. Shifu of the Cards signing out. And I'll give it to Codexhel.
Yeah, big shout out to Coil Gaming, guys. Yeah, again, hosting another good tournament, good finals. More VODs, please, guys. Sorry to be annoying, but yeah, give us more VODs to work on. Yeah, more material.
All right, that's it for us. We are signing off. We will probably continue this on a different Twitch site. Codexhel and I may play some games, but there's a lot going on at the house. Maybe a couple hours from now, if you're still up. So this is it. Signing off for the YouTube video. Everybody watching, thank you. I'll leave it on this cool screenshot. Yep. That's it.
Yep, we're moving to